Hey everybody, good afternoon. I just want to make a quick little video. I just got off work. I'm headed home to pick my son up to take him back to his mom. We did finally get a 5-day visit after I had to contact the lawyer, and he had to contact her lawyer. So hopefully now we have the schedule on course and we can continue with our visitations. Visits are going good. He's acting a lot like his normal self. I mean, he's just a good kid. He's a happy kid. He does seem really super eager to please, and that's not something I'm digging on, but I ain't saying anything to him. I'm trying to get him to understand he can just relax. There's no pressure, and I think that's something that's just going to have to take time for him to ease into, because the environment that I like to create and sustain in my house is that of a laid-back environment, to where everybody can kind of self-govern. You know what role you play, and if somebody needs help, you help them, and we all have our own things we do. We all have our own voice, and his mother's house is completely different. So yeah, I know that's going to take a little adjustment for him to get through, and I'm try to talk to him some and everything, but everything's going good in that front, and that brings me a little peace. The only thing that's really upset me, and I don't know why it's getting to me as bad as it is, mainly I'm just working myself up. I'm being stupid. But his mom called him last night whenever we were going to a friend of mine's to kind of chill out with a couple friends, and visit, and was telling him how she just bought this new 2018 Jeep, and this kind of got to me for a couple of reasons, and I'm not sure which one aggravates me more. It's just the fact that she's trying to make him materialistic, and that's all that comes out of life is get everything nice that you can. Or if it's just the fact that that I can't say the fact, just that I'm not one of these guys that as long as I have a car, I do treat it nice. My vehicles, they're not brand new, but they get me through and everything, and it's just kind of a jealousy deep down. It's jealousy, but it's self-imposed jealousy, because I could have those things if I wanted them, but I don't. But in my eyes, I think my son is going to say, what, mom's got so much cooler shit than dad does, and that's the only way that I'm really coming about being jealous in that area. And then there's still the fact of me having to pay her fucking child support when we have fucking joint custody. Everything's down the middle. I don't mind paying for my son, but these stupid ass government officials that make these laws don't seem to think that they're taking from my house, where I do have other children, and I could be putting that towards something beneficial in my house where he would benefit from that as well. And it makes no sense to me at all why I'm having to give her more money when she has a bigger income than I do. It just doesn't make sense to me, and it aggravates me to a point. I mean, I know I need to let that go. It's not even that much child support. It's $200 a month, but that's $200 a month I could be putting into a savings account. I could be doing anything for him, starting a college fund. But that's the first thing that popped in my mind last night, is there's where my freaking child support's going. Which, again, I don't mind paying child support if she had him the majority of the time, but she doesn't, and she's not paying the majority of the bills. But anyway, that's one of the things that really irked me, and I just kind of woke up pissy about it this morning, and I've been in a mood all day about it, and I can't figure out why, other than those reasons. But yeah, I know I got a little fired up with it. Sorry, I'm distracted by the traffic up here. They got some semi trucks doing some crazy driving up here. And I guess part of it feels like, it's just that even though I left her, it's that feeling of not being good enough, because that comes into my mind a lot. I had my construction business, I was doing good, I was making good money, and she would just bleed it dry, which I know she's going to do to him as well. But it's just the fact that, it feels, I guess it's just simple pride there of, not being good enough, again, to make enough money to, keep someone like that, which, that's stupid, I know, but, she ended up getting with this truck driver who makes, in all actuality, I was probably making more money than him when I was doing my company, and I could be doing it again, but it's just a lot of these, every one of them, I guess you would say, are internal, they're me issues, and I recognize the ones that I see, and if you hear anything I'm saying that I'm not saying I see, please, in the comments, hit me up, because I want to grow from this. I want to move on. I want to be a better person. And I just, this is all I see is, just jealousy and just self-loathing, feeling bad for myself, having a pity party. And even though I did wake up this morning realizing, again, sometimes you have to realize things over and over for them to sink in. That all this stuff that's happened has been because of my choices. And the things that are going to happen in the future are because of my choices. And I just got to just make better choices. And I think I'm on that path. But it's aggravating and frustrating to me when I feel these ways about stupid shit that doesn't bother or shouldn't bother me. It doesn't bother me when anybody else in the world buys something new. Why should it bother me when she does? She is no longer a part of my life, and I don't understand, other than those things I've named, why it bothers me. But other than that, here lately things have been going pretty decent, I think. My daughter, my oldest daughter, I don't know if I've already talked about this in a video or not, but my oldest daughter is living with a guy. And I've tried talking with her, and she hears me to a point, but the guy she's with is a guy like my ex. And I'm trying not to push her too hard, because I know that that's just going to make her close off completely, because she's already getting pressure from him, and I don't want to make her feel pressured from me. But I want her to know that, I do see these things, and I'm here for her. But she sees them, but like me, it's seeing them and getting away from her are kind of two different things, because she was ingrained in the same kind of system that I was. So in a lot of ways, she's going with what she knows, and it's distressing for me. And I know that she's got to learn, but I don't know, I just want to take her and say, baby girl, this is not the way. But I don't know. But she is making it on her own. She's doing good. But I don't know. I was kind of worried about, them following into patterns like that and continuing, but my youngest, or my middle daughter, she's my youngest daughter, my middle child, she seems to have a pretty good relationship, but she is still just 17, and it's a young love and all that kind of stuff. But there are some things that they do that aren't necessarily bad. It's their own playing around with one another, but hitting each other and, calling each other, a little stupid and kind of things like that I don't care for. I don't agree with that at all. But I'm trying not to put myself in the position to where I'm looking at it from where I was at. I'm trying to put myself now in a position to where I'm seeing it from a healthier standpoint, to where those things are more normal and those comments are just in jest, and they're not meant to be demeaning or demoralizing or any other way. They're just playful. And I know that the hitting back and forth is playful, and I have to catch myself all the time from, I guess, being overbearing in some things, I guess. I'm not sure, but that's kind of where I'm at lately. I mean, I know my videos haven't really gotten any more structured like I'd wanted them to, but this is just me. I mean, I don't know if I started structuring them, if they'd be any better. I mean, it's just me. And whenever you're going through this stuff, you know, it's not structured. It's complete fucking chaos. I mean, your life goes to hell quick. I mean, even worse than it was when you were in that relationship. But the only good thing is it gets better. I mean, it does. It really, truly does. Even as bad as the things are bothering me now, they are small in comparison to what it was when I was with her, to right after I left her. And I mean, they just keep dwindling away. And I mean, I keep growing, and I know I'm growing. And I feel it, and I'm better about a lot of things. I feel my strength coming back to me. I feel my mental fortitude coming back to me. I mean, my emotional stuff, a lot of my emotional problems are healing up. I mean, they're not perfect by no means, and neither is any part of me. But I'm happy with who I am now. And to anyone out there going through this kind of stuff and realizing how bad things are at the moment, they pass, man. They get better. And it's never going to be 100% because, I mean, that's just life. But it gets to where it's manageable. I mean, here lately, this has been my biggest deal. Is just internal problems that I'm causing myself, you know, that I have to outgrow. And I mean, that's a damn sight better than being pushed down all the time and having your head screwed with and your heart screwed with and being used all the time. And I mean, just wanting to die, sitting and crying and bawling, curled up in a corner in the bathroom with the door locked, just writing suicide notes, writing depressing ass poetry, you know, just self-isolating, self-imposed hell to a point. I mean, it is, because you stay in it. And anyway, I mean, it does get better. And I mean, that's what I'm saying, is even though things may be aggravating right now and I may be upset, I can still be able to go on with my day, and it's not constantly on my mind. I mean, I'm able to refocus at times. Well, most of the time. I mean, it's just every once in a while it slips back in, and you have to go, you know what, this ain't right, man. You know, and you have to self-correct. I'm here at the house, and I'm gonna pick my son up, and I have to go drop him off. But like I said, man, any of my videos that y'all see or hear that I'm saying something that I'm not picking up on, I'd appreciate your feedback on anything, because I mean, we got to do this together. Thank y'all.